Hello everyone, this is Project Blindference, and before starting the video I want to say there will be a couple of videos that I will be presenting. The first one is the demonstration video, that how we can use an introduction about it. The second one would be the timeline, that is what we did in the whole buildathon period, and as well as our future scopes. So if you're judging or if you just want to know about the project, then you will know exactly what happened with the project and how we are going to proceed in the future. And the third one would be, we have basically compute nodes. So if you want to join the infrastructure and want to earn incentive and money, so for that we also have a particular Python package. So how we're going to use that to join as a basically computation layer. So we'll be having that demonstration as well in another video. Then also you can use this in confidential layer to build agents upon it. So we'll be having that demonstration as well. And finally, the fifth one will be the architecture explaining. Now regarding the architecture, we have this small white paper about it. So you can read about it. We're going to link in the submission there. But also we'll have a small demonstration and a video about it so that it explains more briefly, right? Okay, so let's start it. So what is Blindference? So whenever you use a particular chatbot and LLM, so it basically stores your every prompt there, right? So it can use your prompts, it can use information to train on it, and can actually leak the data there. So what's happened, we solve this problem, we having this encrypted inferences. So we're gonna explain in briefly as how this goes in as I'm giving demonstration. So you can read about it here in our landing page. We have a vision, as you can understand it, what's going to be a journey, and then the architecture as well as a white paper that we actually show you. So let's actually start it. Okay, you can read again, we have our documentation as well, so you can actually read about it. We have a brief documentation that you can see how you can join it, but there will be later parts. Okay, we are in the inference page. So what actually happened? Now to do inference, you need some currency. Okay, either you need this CUSDC, which is Reineira's currency. This is confidential USDC. Either that or you need our blind token. Okay, so to get the blind tokens, I'm gonna connect my wallet. Obviously, that's the first step you have to do. Okay, and then we have how you're gonna get the blind token. So either you going to do with the payment with the CUSDC, or either you're going to do with the blind. So to get basically do the payments, you have to first approve that you're gonna approve this blind payment tokens. So I'm gonna approve it. I guess I'm gonna confirm it. And for a brief section, I'm gonna open my MetaMask account, and you can actually see the things. Okay, so you can see we have this much blinds, but if you don't have it, so you can click on the strip and you can drip the blinds. You have give it a faucet button here. So after you do this, you can confirm it and gonna receive the blinds just now. You're gonna see this, you can update it. So you look at this, you receive 100 blinds, and if you need more, then don't worry, boy, you can contact us and we'll let you to get more blind. Okay, you can contact us here and we'll give you more blinds to actually for the testing. Now after you have blinds, you need to buy a particular package. You can buy this particular package, which is we have over here, but you need it for the currency. So as you can see, if let's say I'm gonna buy this package, so I'm gonna click on starter. Now what this gives me, it gives me CUSDC worth of inferences, and I'm gonna explain what actually happens with this CUSDC CUSDC equivalent credits, and as well as what happens with the blinds. Okay, so now we have a lot of currency in our hand, so now we can do actually inferences. You can see we have currency, but I'm going to change my account because this is primarily, I'm going to explain it in the later videos why I did this. But the main thing is that you needed currencies to actually execute the inference, right? So after we get the currency, we have blind, we have PUSDC, and again you can also export some here. So if you want it, so let's say I deposit more blinds if you want it, then it's gonna take blinds from my account to here later. Okay, that's the same thing. It works effectively the same, right? Later on, previously by the CUSDC, now we just bought the blinds here itself. So we have the currency here. So how are we gonna do inferences? You can see we have these different options here, from the credit, the escrow, the blind, the CUSDC. First I'm gonna run the escrow one. First I'm gonna run the credits one with my blind credits, and let's see what actually happens. So I'm gonna select the prompt, I'm gonna run it. You need again blinds here, and if you select the insurance one, then we charge more 2% blinds currency from here, and then we basically give to the backing that you get if you raise a dispute and wins, so you're gonna get back more money, and if anything bad happens, then you get this premium value there, right? So now what actually happened, you can see in the console that we're encrypting your prompt, so that it now leaves your front end with encryption, so that no one can actually decrypt what actually it was a prompt. And now you can see we have actually the encryption was successful, and as well as the Kofi encryption was successful. Now soon we'll be having transaction here to actually store this encryption key on chain. Just wait a bit. Yeah, so we have this confirmation there. So now you can see that this transaction hash. So if I just show you this transaction hash in the Explorer, what this actually is. So you can see this transaction actually happened 11 seconds ago, and this is a store key function that we called to store the keys. As well as this store key function actually, also gives the permits that which addresses can actually decrypt this particular key, but that will be explained more in the architecture videos. Again, we submitted it to the payment service. So what the payment service means, again, is start execution. You can see the inference quorum has been reached with leader and verifier. The leader is running, as well as we're gonna be replaying all these leaders basically runs, right? So we can see what actually happening. The job forward to the ICL, basically info coordination layer, the job has been created, as well as you'll see the reduction of the credits sooner or later. Yeah, so if you see the ICL has received the job, and you can, look at this, the verifier is actually running the job, and you can see it over here. The verifier is running the job. Verifier got this, downloaded the CID, then decrypted it, got this prompt, and turned this inference, got this something like this, and then waiting for the latest responses. And now if you see that actually the leader also did its work, so he has submitted its output, and everyone, I think, look at this verdict submitted. So I think we sooner will be receiving the output there. So I guess ICL did its work, so now it's gonna transfer the work, basically telling to the job payment that okay, you can basically distribute all of these credits to the real author. Basically the leader receives the 60% of it, and the two remaining verifiers receive the 20% of it. So you can see the decrypt view button here. So now when you click on it, you can actually decrypt your outputs. So let's wait a bit. You can see it's actually executing here. So you can see we get our output here. So also not only that, we can actually check the basically off-chain proofs, as well as these leaders and verifiers addresses, so that you can actually check them and verify what are the transactions they did in the recently, and actually verify that they really did this transaction for you and received their money correspondingly what they did, right? So this is what this was our one inference. Now what happens if you run with the escrow one? Now if you run with basically if you run the CUSDC, then it will be creating escrow for it using the Reiner settlements. So similarly, I'm going to explain, these two are kind of similar. So if I'm going to run one of them. So basically if you run with the escrow, so what happens, let me show you one more. So if you run with the escrows, what going to happen in the backend will be happening in the front end. You're going to creating an escrow with your account. So I'm going to do it right in front of you. Look at this, I'm going to do it, and this will be a little more bigger because your MetaMask will open 3 times. It's gonna create an escrow, it's gonna fund an escrow, it's gonna redeem the escrow. So 3 times your MetaMask will be opening. So that's why we actually introduce our blind tokenomics, because and lastly, the third confirmation, that is the redeeming the escrow, has also been confirmed. And now you can see the escrow has been created with these ID, and now it's gonna transfer this job. And again, the same thing has happened, and you can see that you can see that again the same consensus is reached. It transferred back to the payment service, and all the money has been received by those leaders as a verifier. Finally, Decrypt does the same thing, and you can see what actually happening with this escrow mode in the front end will be happening in the back end. All the escrows will be created by our payment services. And we are given all these addresses that which creates what in our documentation. So you can see, and the on-chain proofs are also provided here. You can verify them yourselves. Again, there will be history associated with it. So if you want to see that what the inference you did it, so you can see it here. Then there will be a wallet, how much money you have, what are the transaction history that you did, credits, and these are you can also try the escrow one if you want it. And there's nodes. If you're a node, then you're gonna see something like this. Let me show you. If you're a node, let me log in with my node account. So if I node, Okay, now if I'm gonna log in with the node account, and it's gonna automatically detect it that you are a node, and it's gonna show how much money I earned, so you can see it here. Okay, and then the developer things and the settings. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And regarding other things, that is how we can join as an infrastructure layer timeline. We'll be launching that soon. So this is pretty much for this introduction video. Thank you. Bye bye.